Hardbody here. Back on the bike. Oh god, it feels like it's been fucking forever. I was on vacation for 11 days and didn't get to ride a single goddamn day while I was gone because I left my bike in Pennsylvania. Because the day we left, I was not feeling my best, so it would not have been a good idea to try to make a 6.5 hour ride. And I'd had like 2 hours of sleep, and my knees were already killing me from all the moving we'd been doing previously, that previous week. It was just bad. Plus I had one of my migraines. It would have been a really bad decision. So that had to be a point, as I've talked about before, that was a point where I looked at my bike and said, you know what? Next time, baby. Oh god, but it hurt so bad to leave her behind, because I wanted to make this trip with my baby, and not taking her this go-round means that I probably never will get to make that particular trip with this bike, because at the end of this year, as most of you know, I'm looking to try to trade her in for a Vulcan so that me and Mrs. Hardbody can ride 2 up and take trips together. Anyway, that is completely beside the motherfucking point. So, things have happened, things have changed, things are different, and I want to tell you about them. The most important thing is that I've moved. Things have changed. I moved out of my house. I'm actually just right next door, which is funny. You would think that would make the moving process a little bit easier, but it didn't. No, it didn't. What made the moving process easier was getting rid of all my shit. My wife and I just sat down and we just went through all of our shit and was like, we haven't used it in the past year or however long, it goes out the fucking door. You know, we'll see if somebody else can use it, somebody else wants it. We didn't try to sell anything. We were just trying to get rid of it. So we managed to pare down our entire lives into about 20 boxes. So that was pretty cool in a way. Just seeing how much extraneous shit you collect over the years. Oh man, it is windy today. So went on vacation right after moving, which I do not recommend. And it was good. I got to watch my niece graduate from high school, which was really cool. The graduation ceremony was lovely. It was blazing balls hot, though. It was 96 in Ohio, I think it was. 96 that day. And yeah, for me, that's fucking hot. I know some of you fucking Californians and Arizona people, you guys are like, oh, that's hoodie weather. Fuck you. All right? That's all I have to say. It was hot for me. So we did the graduation. We had the graduation party, which was interesting because my mother was... I managed to avoid the worst of the graduation party, but I didn't manage to avoid it in a good way. Here's how this all went down. My mother, I love her so much. I love my mother. But she has the worst timing ever. Or in this case, selfishly, for me, the best timing. She was making food for this graduation party, and she was supposed to be slicing onions. Now, my mother is 65 years old. She has been slicing onions for probably 63 of those years. Why the hell she decided that this particular day, this particular moment in time, was the day she was going to try to learn how to use a mandolin. And if you don't know what a mandolin is, it's basically a vegetable guillotine that you just slide the vegetable along this little plastic tray until it reaches the guillotine and it slices it for you. I'll put up a picture right here. That's what a mandolin is. And my mother had never used one before, so she had no idea what the fuck she was doing. She didn't know that there's a little guard that you can use, you know, to hold the vegetables. She was doing it with her bare hands. And I don't know exactly what happened. All I remember hearing is I cut myself. Just very calmly, no real fuss about it. Just, I cut myself. And so I go in there, you know, expecting to see a little nick or whatever. No, apparently this thing was like ninja katana sharp, because she had sliced off the tip, the tip of her thumb, basically. She was missing a whole hunk of flesh. So she's bleeding everywhere. And she's still very calm about all this. My mother has an incredibly high threshold for pain. And like blood and guts, gore, stuff doesn't bother her. So she just sits down, wraps a paper towel around it, and she's just like, and then she looks at it again and she goes, you know what, I think this might need stitches. I'm like, you fucking think, Mom? So my wife and I grab my mother and we take her to the local emergency room where they put 3 stitches in her and this clotting material on the wound. And in so doing, in spending 2 hours at an emergency room right before the party was about to begin, my wife and I managed to miss all of the teenagers at the graduation party, which was awesome. We didn't have to deal with one fucking teenager the whole time we were there. It was beautiful. So that's why I say, for me, selfishly, my mother had great timing. For her, you know, not so much. But she's fine, she's fine. The stitch is held, it's healing. She gets them out in another couple of days. It's all good. They took care of her at the emergency room. They were actually really fast, which surprised me. We would have been out of there even faster, but there was a miscommunication between the doctor and or the physician's assistant and the RN on duty. Other than that, it was all good. You know, we got out of there relatively quickly. 2 hours. It's the shortest time I've ever spent in an emergency room. So that was the big kerfluffle about the graduation thing. My mother decided her thumb was a vegetable. And then we gave her shit about it the whole rest of the trip. She had it wrapped up in this big blue bandage, so I kept asking her when Papa Smurf was going to show up, you know, just, you know, stupid little jokes to try to keep her laughing. My mom really appreciates a sense of humor. She has a great one. And she's dirty. Y'all ever, like, you guys ever try to joke with your parents and realize that they're just as dirty and filthy minded as you? It's kind of creepy. Not gonna lie, it's a little creepy. I make dick jokes and my mom gets them and then fires them back. It's weird. We're buddies now, which is cool. But, you know, this is the woman who switched my ass for saying fart one time. Anywho, that is neither here nor there. So that's pretty much, you know, what's been going on in my life. I was on vacation. I didn't keep up with any moto vlogs, which I apologize for. I was in and out of Wi-Fi connections pretty regularly, but they were all shitty. Every single one of them. I had hotel Wi-Fi for a little bit, and that was bad. I had my sister's Wi-Fi for a little bit, and that was bad. I had Starbucks Wi-Fi for a little bit, and that was okay. Sorry, Ghost Ninja, I did connect to Starbucks Wi-Fi. Sorry. And I know that you're going to blast me for that, but sorry. I had to. I needed internet. God, I needed internet. So that's all that's new with Chip Hardbody. I have moved, and yeah. Oh, I'm playing Magic the Gathering now. Decided to get into that. Trying to get a little bit away from video games as much. I want to try to do something that, you know, actually involves human contact. So I figured a good step up from video games would be a trading card game. And Magic seemed like it's, you know, it's the most popular one these days, so I figured I'd give it a try. I've always been interested in it, but I've never really wanted to make the investment to play. And the store was having a pretty good sale on cards, so like, fuck it, let's do it. And Mrs. Hardbody decided she would humor me and learn with me, so it's been fun. But that's all that's new. I'm glad to be back. I'm really glad to be back home and start this new adventure with my friends that we moved in with. I'm really looking forward to getting our lives started with them. And that's all I've got for you on this particular video. Yeah, so make sure to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't care. You do you. You know what? You do what makes you happy. Okay, I'm here for you guys. But if you would, please make sure to check out the other guys' live stream Google Hangout on Friday. Fridays at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a really good time every week. And yeah, if you want in, just let me, Xanar6, or Ghost Ninja know. And we'll talk to you guys later. This is Chip Hardbody saying I hope you're having a real nice fucking day. And I'll catch you guys next time.